Welcome to this instructional video. My name is Humberto Guardiola. In this case, we're going to show you how to do a brown veal stock. The components of our brown veal stocks are veal bones, mirepoix, water, we have tomato paste, and we have a sachet de peas. Well, the first thing that we want to do is we want to talk about the bones, all right? We have in here veal bones that we have cut to 2 inches. Traditionally, we cut the bones to 3 to 4 inches, but if we do this, if we cut them this small, well, we're gonna obtain a better release of flavor. Now, something that is very important to mention is that when we use femurs, the bones, the leg bones, all right, it has a lot of bone marrow. This is the bone marrow. As you can see, it's a nice fatty solution, and it's going to give a lot of flavors to our stock. So we have lightly coat them with oil, and what we need to do now is we're going to roast them. We want to roast them at a 400-degree oven until they're dark brown but not burnt, okay? So that's very important. So we're going to come in here and roast them for about 45 minutes. So it's been 45 minutes. As you can see in here, we have a nice color of our bones. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put them in our pot. We are going to add our liquid, and we're going to start bringing this liquid to a boil. All right? As soon as we bring it to a boil, we're going to lower it to a simmer. But while that is going, we are going to take our mirepoix and we're going to cook it right in our roasting pan. Okay? So what we're going to do in here, I'm going to remove the excess fat, leaving just a little bit. And I'm going to start caramelizing my carrots and my onions. So as you can see, our mirepoix is getting brown. All right, this is very important. Another important step is to add our tomato paste. With our tomato paste, we're going to do a pincé, right? Which is the browning of the tomato paste and the mirepoix to further enhance the color and the flavors. The acid in the tomato paste is going to also help dissolve all the connective tissue in the bones and impart more flavors. So our mirepoix has been pincé properly. We're going to add this into our stock. All right? And we're going to let this stock go for around 8 hours. All right? To make sure all our flavors gets developed. Okay? The last thing that we're going to do is we're going to add our sachet de peas, and we're going to let it simmer. All right? 180 to 200 degrees. And then we'll just strain it and cool it. So after 8 hours, we have all those beautiful flavors developed. You can see the beautiful color that we achieved by browning the bones and creating the pinçage. And the only thing that we have left is to strain our stock to make sure that we remove all those impurities, all right? And that we cool it properly so we maintain the quality of our stock, right? If we don't cool it properly, we run the risk of bacteria growth. So as you see, I'm straining it through a chinoise with a ladle. I don't want to pour it because if not, I can make it all cloudy. All right? So we want to take care of this slowly. So now that we have finalized straining all the stock, we are going to cool it. We have in here a water bath, an ice bath. We're going to put it in here, and we are going to agitate it. What this does is going to help create, all right, the liquid get in touch with the walls of the vessel. In this case is stainless steel. That wall is cooler than the center, so it cools quicker. As you can see the convection in here, you can see the steam going. And what we want to do is from 180, reduce it to 70 degrees before we actually can put it in the cooler. All right? Then from 70 degrees to 40, below 40 degrees can take up to 4 hours in the cooler without risk of bacteria growth. But this step, if we do it like this, in less than 15 minutes, we will achieve that 70 degrees. So we have finalized bringing the temperature down. Right now is around 60 degrees, but I wanted to pour it in here in a nice clear bowl so you see the qualities of a good brown stock. As you can see in there, the color of the stock, all right, is nice and brown. What you see floating in there, it is actually the fat solids who has cooled down enough where you can now come in here and just remove those fats. As I mentioned, during the process, we take the pouliage, which means take the solids out, the impurities out, and the glacé, where we take all that. So you can see in here how beautiful color it has. It's got a nice brown color, and from here we can do demi-glaze, we can do espagnol, we can do demi-glaze, and many other variations.